Starting off then, visually looking at our first 4 exercises in circuit number 1, which will go with the slide I've sent you with the repetitions and so on, but it's just much easier looking at something than trying to understand a description of it, and then you've got it forever and you can follow along. So sequence 1 would be dip for 10. So strong leg position, keeping myself tight, close to whatever it is I'm dipping off. As the number of those gets ever bigger, walk your feet in to try and go unbroken, but try to avoid ending right up behind you just to be able to do the 40. That's still more leg work than arm work. From there, up I get with my dumbbells, alternating curls. So starting 1 up, 1 down, 1 rep, 2, 3, finish, going into 30 pairs of punches to go standing into the Arnie curl, or sit yourself back down, whatever rocks your world, for the 40, and then rotate them as is noted in the slide. Change your weights up though, depending on what is what. You can't do, if we take the Arnie curl, what I do 40 of, I should have a different weight for what I do the 10 of. It doesn't mean to say you have to have a different weight for the 10, the 20, the 30 and the 40, but you've got to treat them differently at some stage depending on how the order is. And that is your first circuit. So, second circuit. 1 large and heavy is probably easier to move than a pair. Whether you hold it centrally or by the ends depends upon your shoulder mobility. But the overhead tricep extension. I'm up over my head and I let my elbows bend back so that weight is behind my head, my elbows going straight up, and that's my extension. Without me bending, flexing and extending my lumbar spine, tucking my chin in to get rid of it, or letting my elbows come out, we're going shoulder pressing, and I just don't want the shoulders involved. So there's my tricep extension. I go into my number 2, which is always a bicep exercise, palms forward, double arm action with those palms forward all the time. My bicep curl. My seesaw press, standing or seated, up to you. 1 up, 1 down, but remember 1 is coming up, 1 is on the way down. 1 pair, 2 pair. It's very easy to forget about this 1 at the bottom and be down here and then punch. That would be alternating punch. We're not doing that. We are up and down, up and down, up and down, same time. Arnie press, probably is best done seated, but then you're in the place you need to be for your tricep extensions anyway. So I'm looking middle of my forearms, palms facing me, and I drive up, out and round, palms facing the same way I'm looking, trying to touch those thumb ends in together above my head. Back down, look, up and away. Back down, see them, up and away, without letting those elbows, I'm not looking over the top of my dumbbells. Down here's a waist, up here, that's my finish point. Think middle of forearms, dumbbells above eye line all of the time. And that's your second rotation. Rotation number 3, our beginning tricep exercise then. Incline press up, so you can be off your knees with a narrower grip. Using my bench, so my chest is going to aim to come down to my bench, my eye line is way over the front of it. Bring them in nice and narrow, where I need to be, elbows brush past my rib cage, chest down and press away. Strong drive up, without leaving the hips behind, dropping into this gap. Pull up, drop chest, keep those hips up nice and high. I use my bench, chair, seat, the pouffet, whatever it may be, for my bicep exercise. My preacher curl, where I'm trying to lock my arms out on something. So I put my elbows down and I'm out in front, curling up. Squeeze them up either side of your head. It will eliminate all swing. And it's just that bit tougher. Number 3, super familiar set of lat raises from the side, parallel with the ground, soft elbows throughout, no throwing, lifting, no showing palms. Here we don't want any rotation, palms face down all the time. Lat raise into breaststroker. Up tight, open wide, down underneath chin, up and around, up and around, up and around. Ribs down, tucked in, try not to lean away from those dumbbells. I'm pushing up clear in front of me. I can stay nice and tight. And that's your 3rd rotation. Fourth circuit then, starting off, offset press up. So 10 reps, 5 on one side, 5 on the other, split the 20, split the 30, split the 40. As big a difference as we can get. I want that elevated hand, not being able to straighten. So our yoga block we use in circuits is because everyone's got one. When you're not in the circuit and you're not having to use all this stuff, look for something really big. I want lots of work done on my free hand, toes and hands, knees and hands, whatever you need to be. And then I can drop myself into that gap, left is straightened, right still at the right angle. It's got stability to do, but all the real work on that long arm. So the higher you can make this, the greater the amount of work you're getting done down there. But that's tough, so split the reps half and half. From there, my number 2, which is always a bicep curl exercise after a tricepper, I'm on the hammer curl, elbows in tight, thumbs to fronts of shoulders. My frontal raise, straight up in front. Low numbers, double arm action. Big number, well, is that the 20? It could be. Might be the 30 and the 40. I might be one up, one down, pinning the shoulders back, nice and tall from the chest, and breathe. Soft knees, wide stance. You're not doing this against the clock. You're just doing it for quality of work. There's 100 repetitions per rotation, and you've got 4 rotations to do. That will drive an aerobic response from you, so you don't need to rush and make it look horrible. We finish this with the renegade row, which is down on my press up, on my dumbbells, so my press up, and I'm there, and I am pulling. 2 reps, 3 reps, 4, 5, 6. Punch it straight down underneath the shoulder, not underneath your head. Make sure it's underneath the shoulder and the eye line is in front. Now, if you wanted to make things a little bit longer, you would do a rotation, 10, 20, 30, 40, and then you would give yourself 25 reps of an ab exercise. Any ab exercise you like. It's going to give you a break before you do your second rotation. I do my 25, I get my dumbbells up, I have a look at my little list, I know what I'm starting the 10 with, the 20, the 30, the 40. I do 25 reps, ab exercise. Same or different, entirely up to you. And you do that at the end of each part. 4 lots of 25 gives you another 100 reps, gets you some ab work, all involved, but gives you a rest before leaping back in again. Now, if you do all 4 upper body, that would be a lot. Maybe slightly excessive if we're not unless we're changing our weights around. Then that will give you 4 ab exercises, which you could then put together as exercise 10 rep, 20 rep, 30 rep and 40 rep as a finisher and see where you get.